Hello and welcome. You're watching live stream on a day when the CBSE Class 10th results are out. Well, the Class 12th results came out some time back, and today was the turn of these junior kids, the first board exams that students now take in the country. Their results are out. And we can tell you that there's not just one topper, there are 4 toppers. Hold on. Take a deep breath. Their marks are 499 out of 500. That is, when we're talking about the 4 toppers, we can also tell you over 27,000 students have got over 95%. 1,31,000 students have got over 90%. Now, to all those who are asking, what about the others? What if there are lakhs and lakhs of students? We'll go across that in just a bit. We'll take a look at that. But that, of course, is our big question. We're asking without taking anything away from all those who have done very well, and for all those of you who've done just well, many, many congratulations. I'm sure there's plenty of blood, sweat and tears that has gone into all of this, and keep up the good work. For those who haven't, they always say it's just one exam. There are many more that you still have to take, and keep that perspective in mind. Well, let's just introduce the panel to you right away. I'm joined in the studio by Anshika Gupta. Anshika here should be smiling far more widely. She's got a 99.6%. She's definitely those firmly in the topper category. Also joining me, Anika Mehrotra. She's a well-known educationist, someone who really knows the system well. Anshika, first up, many, many congratulations. 99.6 means that you're 0.4% away. I mean, 4. Is this 2 marks? 2 marks. 498 out of 500. Wow. I want to ask you, is this the result that you had anticipated, you had hoped for?
No, actually, I am not myself believing this. I never anticipated this.
How much hard work has gone into this?
I never had any stress during my examinations, but I really worked hard.
In the number of hours? What does that mean to
when
all
my
those
examinations
watching?
were nearby, I worked around 8 hours per day.
For how much time? I'm sorry to grill you, but I know that there are all those who are watching who want to hear what you have to say, and want to be in your place. So what would you say?
I studied around 8 hours per day when my examinations were nearby.
Closer to the exams, that is the kind of effort.
Like a month before.
Like a month before. Okay, wow, and it's all that effort. Ma'am, because they do say that genius is 99% perspiration, and there's really no substitute for hard work.
Absolutely.
And that's what you would agree with.
Absolutely.
Even in this, that is what it is.
And this consistent of routine work that you do throughout the year. One fine day you can't get up and say, okay, I have to study. You can't do that. It's a continuous effort that the child puts in to get this kind of grading or marking in the board examination. Yes, the others can manage, but then it's how you do the time management. Okay. And how much you can grasp at the last minute.
Okay. Ma'am, to all those who are now saying, and again, I don't want to take anything away from the likes of Anshika, more power to her. I hope that you do as well, even better in the next board that you're going to take 2 years from now. But ma'am, to all those, ma'am, who are saying that, now this is a system which is only rewarding marks. Is that a fair judge of merit?
No, not really. There is a curriculum. There is a proper systematic assessment throughout the year. The curriculum is countrywide, worldwide. Like CBSE schools are out of the country also. And it isn't just marking. It is how the questions are framed, and there is a blueprint to it. How much weightage has to be given to a chapter, that is decided. The teachers are well attuned to it, that this chapter, let's say, has 4 marks to it, and the other chapter has, let's say, 10 marks to it. So that kind of training is given to the children to adapt or to give focus to that particular chapter.
But to all those, ma'am, I'm sorry, I'm just coming to you, Anshika, but to all those, who are pointing out this evening that this is what the system's become to, that 499 out of 500 is now the new normal. Now, this is what our students are getting. And what about those who are not able to make it, who are getting, even say, I mean, I know someone who got a 480 and is today feeling crushed. That's
no, you see,
right.
When the questions are framed, there's a uniform answer being made for evaluation. So, the uniform pattern of evaluation also.
Okay.
So you can't say that somebody's got 80 or 60. The parameters or the way the questions are framed and how they to be evaluated is also graded. It's also known to the teachers. So while checking, it's a uniform pattern of checking. So you can't say that one teacher has given 4 marks, the other has given 3. So that has also been zeroed down to a fair marking.
But does this system need a reform?
Yes,
is it leaving out the majority of those students?
Yeah, I think time has come that we should ponder upon it and get down something where we can balance out the equation instead of just having, you know, to that level of 99.6 or 90.4%.
Okay, Anshika, you know, I want to take this to you because you're someone who studied hard, you've put in all that effort, you've got the marks that you have. Now, I'm sure in your circle of friends, many have done well, others have perhaps not done as well as they expected. So I would imagine that they're not, I mean, they would be feeling quite crushed because...
No, they're not feeling quite crushed because they performed well according to them.
Okay, so people have been more realistic.
So each one has increased their weightage. You see, each one has got a better mark. Let's say a 60% has, I think, must have got to 80%.
But then they could be argued that because it's the CBSE being too lenient.
No, they're not being lenient. You see, it's how we inform our children to study in that systematic manner. Okay. Now, whosoever is able to absorb and understand it will definitely do better.
Okay.
So there are people, children who have a little laid back attitude, but there are people who are focused. So that's where the difference comes
and
from.
there are also those who are not made for academics.
Exactly.
I mean,
so that's where you are rightly asking the question that yes, there has to be a change where you can have, you know, intermingling a kind of between the
system that rewards all, you know, for exactly. all your differences. Okay, true. I'm going to see if we can go across to Sneha, who has spoken to a couple of students. Sneha is joining us from Thiruvananthapuram. Thiruvananthapuram is the region that has done very well. Remember, Thiruvananthapuram, Chennai and Delhi were the top 3 regions in the class 12th exams. It's now Thiruvananthapuram, Chennai and Ajmer that have now come up next. So we're going to just go across to Sneha and also Aparna from Chennai in just a bit. But, you know, Anshika, you know, there are increasing people, you know, who are also saying the point that ma'am is making here, that, you know, do we need to change the system? Can everyone do this? I mean, everyone, you've been a student for all these years. There are students with different capabilities, you know, all around you.
Yes, so, I do agree that everyone is capable of themselves, and I agree this system is correct.
Is correct.
Yes. Okay. Earlier CCA system didn't get the chance for deserving students to be a part of it. Because they were like 10 CGP and 99, the children who got between 90 and 100 were considered in the same category.
Okay.
But now those who are the toppers, they are considered as toppers. Okay.
Now tell me, you know, there was a time when there was a paper leak and there was just extra pressure on our students, and you know, it was in the middle of the exams, and you know, class 10th wasn't affected, but 12th was. But there was a time when we didn't know, and it was possible that everyone has to take the exam again. How was that period for you?
Actually, I got a very different feeling during that time. I had my examinations over and I was watching a movie in the theatre when I got a call that exam got cancelled, and I was very sad.
Yeah,
like because I gave my best during that paper and I don't know how will the next paper be.
Yeah, and that really was added stress. So all those of you who've sort of, especially those class 12 students who took the exam again, did as well, that really hats off to them. We're just going to hear from Anna, who's got students with her in Chennai. Let's listen in.
The CBSE 10th standard results are out today. We have with us few 10th graders. So how much did you secure in your 10th standard?
83%.
So are you happy with it?
Yeah, I'm happy.
So what's your next plan?
I'm going to take commerce.
Okay. So how much did you get?
96%.
Okay. So you must be a topper, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So this year 4 students got 499 on 500. So what's your take on it?
Yeah, it's completely excellent because this year the system was completely changed. We got full portion. So despite that fact, if a person can secure 499, then it shows how much hard work they put into it. So surely it's an excellent performance, and I wish them and I congratulate them.
Okay, so how did you prepare?
Yeah, as I told you, hard work, timely preparation, being focused and not getting distracted, and thinking about your goal again and again surely will keep you motivated.
Okay. So this year the system has entirely changed. So do you find it easy or difficult?
No, I find it easy. Everyone can do it if they put their if they are sincere and they put their effort.
Okay. So what is your take on it? Do you think the system must be changed?
No, actually it is much easier. For before we had CGPA actually. So a person who gets 91 and 100 gets the same grade. So this time it's not like that. So it's so fair if we get the marks.
Okay. So do you think marks are important to get into merit?
Yeah, of course, definitely.
We also have a parent with us. So sir, are you happy with your son's marks?
Yeah, definitely, ma'am. Definitely. Since the portion was very huge, this is the first time they are appearing for writing for the full portions. So it is totally a different scenario. So all the credit goes to the entire students for the complete CBSE students. So every students put the best effort in all the best to the entire students.
So the students and the teachers both are very happy on the results. Back to you.
Well, she of course all got a group of students delighted with how they've done, delighted with what the performance is like. I'm going to go to our first caller of the evening, but I do want to ask you, Chika, you know, there is a build-up to the board. You know, this is a board, you're going to have your board in 2 years, 3 years, whatever. What was that like? How stressful is that for a student? I
never felt any kind of stress because my parents were very supportive for me. They were like, don't get tensed up anytime. So
I think that really is the key. I mean, we need that.
Yes.
Maybe there is a lesson there. First caller is Garvit Bhirani from Gaon, from Gurugram. Go ahead, Garvit.
Yeah, my result was announced on 26th. I'm a class 12 student, yeah, and my percentage was 80%. And the people were shocked. I mean they were saying, "Isse kya hota hai? 80% se kya hota hai?" And I was like, and this also, this reform, this education reform, this should be actually changed. Like the getting admission through the marks in DU, Delhi University, should be replaced with entrance exam. Like this, there are entrance exam for some course, for some programs. But I'm fortunate that I want to go in journalism that there is an entrance exam. But it should be replaced with entrance exams, so that you know, if the person is so vehement about his program, one should actually be, you know, going in that course after clearing that entrance exam. I want to say this on air, right?
Ma'am, would you like to take that?
Absolutely.
I mean, this is an 80+ student. He shouldn't be feeling this way.
He should be, because you see what happens is once he crosses 12th, the number of colleges or number of the government colleges are very less, and the number of seats are limited. Now, if you're going to get votes of 99%, obviously the person who's got 80, 85 will be feeling left out, though he might be capable.
Absolutely.
So that's where the grudge comes in, and that's why the
and it's fair.
It's very unfair.
It's a fair point
actually, you know, for the students who actually are capable.
Of course.
There's difference between marks and difference between getting an ability to achieve and study commerce or science. You might have an aptitude for it, but your marks don't reflect the same.
So how do we crack that?
So we need to, the government needs to bring in more of university seats, you know, opening up. You see Delhi University, for example, is open to all the NCR people. Let's say people from Haryana and other places come in and grab major chunk of the seats of Delhi. So the Delhi students are left out. So here is where the government should come out with a system where the priority should be given to that state first, or should open up more seats.